Hello everyone, I'm Buford MC, and welcome back to another episode of GregTech New Horizons. So, today I want to be working on a few quests in the Stone Age and getting some more progress done as we try to advance further. So, this is what we've already done in the Stone Age. So, we've basically been working all the way down to making some tinker tools, which is what we did in the last few episodes. This is what we still need to do in the Stone Age, so we have quite a ways still to go. But today, I want to get working on getting charcoal, and this is going to be done through the form of the coke oven, which is going to be our first multi-block structure. So, to get started on making this, let's start here. So, we're going to need the wooden form brick, and basically what we just need to do is get a blank pattern and use a knife to get that. So, let's get started. So, I think I've got a few patterns in here still. Yep. And if we come here, I've got my knife here. And there we go. We get the wooden form brick. That should already complete a quest for us. And we get some coins. Not bad. And now we actually unlock the actual quest for the coke oven. So, what we're going to need is 104 unfired coke oven bricks, and then we need to make the actual coke oven brick. So, what we need to do is start by making the unfired coke oven brick, and we just need to get some sand and clay. So the good news is I've got plenty of that. I've been storing some of the common items in here, and we've got tons of, especially sand and clay actually, we've got tons of that. So, honestly what we could just do is, let's just do that. We could just, yeah, I don't see why not. We can just go all the way through. We're going to need more than one anyways. So if I have extras, we're probably going to want, at this stage, I probably want maybe 2 or 3. So let's just do that. There we go. 3 stacks right off the bat. And I'm going to start cooking them. We need some wood in there actually still. So thankfully for us, the coke oven is a fairly simple multi-block structure to get started with. Let's see if that's enough. Got some in there already. And put that one in there. And let's do that. Okay, so that's already gotten started. I should, yeah, let's keep that in there for now. Alright, it is nighttime, so let's go to sleep. So that is going to take a while, but basically, once we cook those, we'll get the actual coke oven brick, and then we make the actual machine itself, which is just 4 coke oven bricks to get this. So very simple. You can also look at the multi-block structure to get a look on how it's made. It's not that difficult. So, pretty simple. Basically just a 3x3 structure, hollow in the middle. So, fairly simple to do. But, we're getting there slowly. How many did we need? 104 in total to get the actual 26, so that's good. So while that's cooking up, I'll show you what I've been doing in between episodes. So I have been working out in the yard, basically, of our base for now. I've been extending out some pathways. I actually begun a small tunnel into the mountain. The goal is basically, well, number one, I'm trying to level up my tools. So the hatchet, I've got up to level 3. I've been doing a lot of digging with the shovel. That's level 5. Pickaxe is still level 1. Haven't done a whole lot with that just yet, but that's kind of one of the things I want to get done with this mountain, just so I can use the pickaxe a bit, get that leveled up. And the goal is basically to get a tunnel all the way through the mountain and get us over here somewhere, I think is where we'll come out. So I'm just going to dig our way through the mountain, and that's something I want to get done. I put some pathways down along here and along here. So we've got some stuff here. I've also continued to fill in some parts of the lake area over here, so we're almost fully filled in over here. Just a few more bits to go. I've also begun some trees I've begun growing. So I've got oak over here. Over here, I've begun growing some of the rubber saplings, and we're going to need those in the near future so that we can get some sticky resin. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to so far. Still got a couple of little water ponds around as well, which we'll be needing those for some things, I think. So I'm keeping a few around. This is a decent one right here. I think there's another one up there. So that's pretty much what I've done. I've also actually moved the palm gardens over here as well, just letting them spread. I've got a couple of them. We've got gourd garden, mushroom gardens. We've got some tropical gardens, although I think we've got plenty of those around. I think there's some, yeah, over there. We have one ground garden. That one hasn't spread yet. We've got leafy gardens. We've got some berry gardens around here. And some herb gardens. I think there's a few more we still need to get, but I'll go looking for those at a later time. Speaking of looking for things also, I do want to update you on the other quests we've been working on. I've been trying to knock out the first quest chapter, and so it begins, and we've only got one quest to go, which is this one, to find some bamboo. Now, the issue I've run into this one is I've explored a large part of the map, and if I'm correct, this is only going to be found in the bamboo forest, and I've explored a large area. I haven't found a bamboo forest yet. As you can see, I've been all over the place. Just massive snow area up here. All the way down here. I even did some exploring down here recently. I basically boated down here, rode across the river, then I walked across back over here. So I didn't find one. But we're going to have to keep looking for that so we can get that quest done. And I'll be doing that in between episodes. So let's see how much coke oven bricks we've got. Hopefully we're close. Okay. Looks like we need a little bit more. Yep, we're going to need just a bit more. We can start, well, this is optional, I hope, right? Just making sure this one's an optional quest so it will count. Yep. We can just go ahead and start making this. We need 26 in total, so I'll get started. 4 more to go. So we're not that far away. Now, I do want to mention the main reason I want to get the coke oven right now is not really for the charcoal as fuel, to be honest, because I've got so much wood. Wood's not that hard to get right now. I've got tons of wood in here. I've got different types of wood even. Birch, jungle, acacia, found some magic wood, rubber wood. We're not short on wood. I just noticed there's sand in there, in fact. Let's put that into this chest. But the main reason I want the charcoal is so that I can make torches. I've used up every one of my torches lighting up some areas out here, so I just need the torches. All the torches I've gotten up to this point in the game have essentially just come from structures, villages, places around the world. Haven't made any yet, so that's why we need the coke oven right now. I just want to get torches going. So, looks like we're just about ready. Yep, there we go. 26. I'll keep those for now on me. And there we go. So that completes. I'll put these in here. Okay, so now. Ooh, large bacon sandwiches. Not bad. Ooh, I didn't cut that. There we go. Let's put the coins away. So, now that we have this, you do want to be careful with these. So, with multi-block structures, there is a rule you do want to follow, and that rule is that you don't want to be crossing the chunk boundaries. Now, if you press, I think it's F9, which is what I just pressed, you will pull up the chunk boundary overlay. So basically, when you build these, you don't want to go over this kind of boundary here. So you want to keep the structure itself in the same chunk. So I think we'll just build it probably like this. Do keep in mind, this is a 3x3. I believe it is hollow in the middle. Yep, that worked. Turn that off as well. So, now, we can make some charcoal. And if I'm correct, all we need for that is just putting wood in it. Hence why I also have to use this wood now. And that's also why I made the trees over there. I've started growing trees so that we're getting a lot more wood. So let's do that now. So, you don't need any fuel or anything for this. You just put it in and it starts working. Now, I think it takes somewhere like 90 seconds, I think, to make one. Let's see. Don't know if actually it tells you anywhere. Oh, no, it does. It's not easy to read that, but that's 1800 ticks, which should be, I think, 90 seconds, I think. Could be wrong on that. But, yeah, so that's going to take a couple of minutes just to get the 4, because to complete this quest, we need 4. While we're working on that, actually, I'll show you a few more things. I've tried to sort some storage out a bit here, so I've been running into storage issues. We need to make a main base here fairly soon. Still working on getting some materials for that, but I have tried to put out some of these chests, organize just a bit, and I've even put some of the more common resources out here. So this is my sugarcane farm area right here. In fact, it's time to probably harvest this. And been working on getting a lot of sugar cane from here, and, you know, we need it at times. Sometimes it falls in the water. I don't see any there. And I'm storing all the sugar cane at the moment here, so we're doing okay, a little over 4 stacks. And I've done the same thing basically with cotton, because we have a ton of cotton right now, just a ton. It's already time to harvest some more, but the good news is we're going to need all this cotton at some point anyways. In fact, we're probably going to need it fairly soon. So I'm going to harvest some of that right now. And, oh, rubber trees just grew. It's quite a good thing. We're going to need that. Yeah, just this plot alone, which is, I think, 64 plants, you get almost 3 stacks of cotton, so that's quite good. So we're doing quite well on cotton right now. In fact, we actually have some quests about that right now, right here, to get some cotton and string. That's actually something I can do right now. Let's do that. There we go. String. I think it wants you to make it, but I've already had some, yeah, cotton to string like that. That gives us some stuff, more coins and some seeds. Put those there for now. And, in fact, the next quest is going to be this one, which is... Okay, this is actually something quite easy to make, I think, for us right now. As long as I have the leather, which I do. Okay, so let's actually do this as well. So these are the pizza gloves, which we're going to need if we want to pick up some lava. And lava is something we're going to need in the near future, so let's get started on making those. I don't think it'll take too long. I think I need some cotton for that. Yep, string, woven cotton we need. So this is just a combination of string and cotton. Basically, just a whole lot of cotton. So let's pick up a couple stacks over here. That's good. And we're going to need 6 pieces, I think it said, and then we can make the gloves. Let's do that. And then, what was the recipe? In fact, I think we need a bit. I think I got too little. Yeah, let's get a few more stacks. I think we're going to need just a bit more. Sun is beginning to set. Nighttime is approaching yet again. Days do go by fast in this pack. Oh, and it's raining as well. It's been a while here since it's rained. I sleep usually, so it doesn't usually rain. But I did this right. In fact, let's just do that. Yep, 6 woven cotton. Okay, let's go to sleep. And then we'll make those gloves, so that's going to get us some more quests done. So, actually, how do we make the gloves? Okay. How do I mess up? Oh, the leather. Is that what you do? No, I messed it up. Okay, somehow I managed to mess that up, but we're good. Okay, that's the left hand. Then the right hand is here. Should just do this. I don't know why I didn't before. Yep, there we go. So we got that quest done, and I think we can just equip them. I think we put them here, right? I think so. I think if you go them in the wrong hand, they tell you. Let me switch them, see if that's true. Yep, wrong place. The gloves feel weird. So you put them on like this. Put these away. I found these while I was out exploring. I think they're not in something we need right now, but I just equipped them just to save on inventory space. So yeah, so that's the gloves. So now we can pick up some lava. Although I will say, right now, we've only got the clay buckets, and if you pick up lava with the clay buckets, the only real downside to the clay buckets compared to a normal bucket is I think if you pick up lava, once you place the bucket down, you lose the bucket forever. You don't get it back. Normal bucket, obviously, you keep the bucket. Alright, let's see how we're doing here with charcoal. Okay, almost 4, just about there. So that's good. Okay. Oh, you give me 2 more clay buckets. I just noticed that. And let's put those there. This is nice food. Do you have any space in here? Just put you right in there. Large bacon sandwiches. Very yummy. And 4 pieces of charcoal. Okay, it does consume it, so we are going to submit that. And that completes the quest to get some fuel. So this is a big step forward. And in fact, actually it's going to give us a normal bucket. So I think I will take that. Because, yep, you need iron plates, which are going to require something. Yeah. We're going to need stuff for that. So let's take the bucket. That way we at least have some way to get lava now without actually having to expend away our clay buckets in here. So that's actually quite a good thing to have. Okay, so that seems to have opened up a few more quests for us. Oh, the other thing also about the coke oven, this is a nice little thing you can get from it, is the creosote oil. So this is going to be an excellent fuel. In fact, I'm more interested in the creosote oil as fuel compared to the charcoal, honestly, because with the creosote oil, I believe if you get a bucket of creosote oil, you can smelt, I think, like 32 items at once, so it's quite good. So, in fact, yeah, it tells. I think I'm pretty sure it tells you all about that in this quest right here, so I'll just tick that box and complete that quest. So, there was some things over here it wants us to also work on. Coal, wood, cactus. Yep, so these are what you can get from the coke oven. You can get coal coke, charcoal, cactus charcoal, sugar charcoal, cactus coke, sugar coke, a lot of stuff there that you can use. All of these pretty much fuels. So that's something else you can get done. And someone was out there. Okay, interesting. So yeah, I do have a loot bag actually. Let's open that before we kind of end the episode. Okay, we got a damper. Okay, not bad food and some leather pants. Let's put those in there for now. And move the steak out. Why not? So yeah, so I think that is the coke oven right there. So now that I've got that, I can get a bunch of torches probably, and I can continue torching up things now that we've got, you know, a lot of land out here. And we're going to have more land too. We've got a lot more work still to do. A lot more expansion to do. I'm going to try and drill my way through this mountain over to the other side. Hopefully we can do that. And I got a lot of other stuff to do. But this is a big step forward for us. And I'm real glad we got that done. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time.